First! Oh, not first.
Living in a butt. It's put on.
Okay, that made life 10 times easier.
What happened? Did we get shut down?
Good lord, I don't know.
Complaints
It's a
about
government conspiracy. They shut us down.
Get out of Irvine.
I think it's my neighbors. They complained.
Oh, there goes a phone call again.
What we got? Jake from State Farm.
wow.
He's done that to the
What kind of
Moto Coco said live again.
what kind of pants did Mario and Luigi wear?
Oh, that's why. Duh.
Denim,
Okay.
denim, denim,
Ah!
Mute that.
denim,
There you
denim,
go.
denim.
Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm. You got to
What?
admit that's a great commercial.
Why are you still highlighting Dodge?
Oh my god, it's funny.
No, Jake. Come on.
Can anyone identify that anime on Dodge's TV?
Oh, what the heck?
Pine cone is in rubber too.
Hentai Queef number 6.
Oh, he's on a work call. One of those work calls.
A good neighbor, hentai is there.
You gotta be faster. You gotta be faster than that.
Oh.
Ooh, he had a phone call.
Oh, he said you got no nipples.
Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna find this stream again.
Wasn't that
Well, we gotta find everything.
Yeah, now we've got another live stream here, mate.
Oh,
Okay.
just realized my camera was on, but thank God for duct tape.
Righto. Don't
I've been in
forget
too many
there, mate.
Amada Twitches
You got gorilla
hangouts where I have duct tape over my cam now.
Yeah, Twitch just goes around turning people's cameras on, which I didn't realize the admin has the power to do.
Yeah, they can adjust your volume, your
Yes,
mic,
we do.
all of that.
Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? Remember the freaking things back in the day that you looked through?
Kaleidoscopes? Or,
Peepholes?
Right on my cameras. When I turn on the camera, you can see that.
Peepholes, right?
or is it those things that have, like, there's the lens on one, the mirror, and then,
Now you put the little disc thing,
Periscope?
you press it, the Mickey Mouse thing.
Pneumatics.
yeah, Viewmatics.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Click, click. Oh,
Yeah,
look, it's the Grand Canyon. Click, click.
I
Oh,
love
look,
those
it's
things.
boobs.
I think I still have one. I have a lot of the shit.
Those
I
are
had one of like.
joy. We used to put the little disc on the top and you just freaking flip them.
Look how he holds his hands.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he's like all into it. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'll be able to see you at let's see, 2 o'clock Sunday.
Somebody lip talk them.
What corner?
A frame rate,
Yeah.
2 frames per year, so.
But who's
That's
bringing the
not-
move? Is it me or is it you? I thought we figured this out already.
Yeah, I'm talking to these
Yeah.
guys live stream. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to let you go soon. Yeah, I got hentai in the background.
I've got a family-sized jug of Annalise, but it's really hard to carry on my own.
Wait, what kind of
I
family?
think he just filled up it. I think he just filled up his pool with it.
I don't want to know.
Just swimming in the just.
That's the way I like it.
I think there was somebody that did that once. I wouldn't doubt it.
What kind of keyboard is that, I wonder? It's got built-in speakers. There's a MIDI, probably.
Yamaha.
Yamaha or Casio, something like that, or something else.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm
Costco
thinking Yamaha.
special.
Looks like a full-size 88 key, maybe.
Okay, now,
At least I have
so
one.
whatever you tell me.
You
Stepped on it.
will not take Willan, Sudden Markins, Mr. Burke Markins,
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah.
Crazy in 7th gear,
Yeah.
Like,
Motocron, Dodge, Mr. Phone Man, Bilma,
Crazy in 6th gear, but his bike only has 5 gears.
Crazy in 19th gear. Vilma, I think you should check out the Bering Land Bridge. It's a Bering Strait. Oh Lord, this is going to be a problem. You're going to be wet. Better bring your scuba gear.
oh my God, let me tell you something. In my country, back in the day,
In my country, we explored the Bering Land Bridge. We found out the hard way that this is actually a strait.
Put a little coffee.
Jacques Cousteau had to shore up in the Calypso and give us some scuba.
With that dog in the background.
how the fuck you get a squeegee?
With the flip-flops.
The squeegee, the flip-flop is... People, this is not a library. Please put down Surfer magazine. You don't even look like a surfer. You look like a goddamn sponger. You probably have skags on your boogie board like a complete noob grommet. This is my wave, my beats. Get out of here. Goddamn
Like lip reading. I love it.
You have a Mori Boogie knockoff with skags, you're a complete grommet.
I love
King of grommets. You're not even a prince of grommet, you're a king. What are you talking about, bro? I am not your brother. I am not your uncle. Not your father. I just want to read Surfer magazine. This is not a goddamn library. No, I mean, you know, fill space. I can fill space. I took up space in college.
Where's
That's
Bill?
what you did there.
Is he coming still?
Sorry, what?
It's Billy coming.
Sorry, love, I didn't catch that. Would you mind repeating
I don't know.
yourself?
You might have to get a little bit of harder grip on him.
What happened to little back row Rudolph? Is he coming?
You like a spot of Earl Grey? Perhaps some Tetley? Yeah, dude, I like cats. No, Tetley. You stupid grommet. I'm not talking about dress. Tetley. Yeah, bro. I drink Tetley milk all the time. No, no, no. Not at all what I'm saying. Dude, who moves that much when they're on the phone? What the frack?
Yeah, Moto Kojo said. Then you see the mouse on the left side. Oh, there he
Dodge, are
goes.
you
He's
done?
back, he's back, he's back.
Are you done ordering your latte, Dodge?
At 10 p.m.
Are you done ordering your Chevy, Dodge?
He's still muted.
Okay, now I'm unmuted.
Somebody
Am I unmuted?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
What were you doing?
I had a conversation on
That
my
was the
phone.
most animated conversation I've ever seen in my entire life.
That was like the Dodge Rider Show for like 15 minutes.
So sometimes I get work calls at normal working hours, and then sometimes I get crazy customers that call me at random times of the day, and I'll pick up the phone because if they're an angry crazy customer, sometimes it's easier to talk to them.
Was his name Jake?
I
No.
hear you. Yeah. Well, he's a guy.
No, it's like I don't know if you have kept up with any of my videos, the crazy customer stories ones, but like the guy that had the problem that wanted us to replace his deck because we dropped something on it, like that guy. Like
His
if he
dick?
called me at midnight, I'd totally answer the phone for him because he is crazy.
What is it your company sells and supports, or what do you guys support besides decks? You
Stuff.
support vaginas and labias?
Anything with wood. Wink, wink.
Someone dropped something on my deck!
What the hell you do with pine cone?
Now I've got Peyronie's disease!
People have tried to guess that over and over again, and I've had people guessing things like siding and gutters and paint and concrete and all sorts of stuff.
Rubber?
The company I work for basically does everything.
Okay.
Ah.
Like
So
a Granger.
that's
Granger
why
type
there
thing?
is no specific thing. It's like I basically do everything.
This explains a lot.
Like a clearinghouse of stuff, like Granger, Amazon.
It's kind of like if it's above the dirt and below the roof. That's it. That's what we do.
Oh,
That
so
explains a
people
lot.
swear.
don't like the rough part.
I say rough. My dad used to say rough. It's a Chicago thing. Where are you from? Midwest there, Dodge?
Originally Kansas, yeah.
See? You can tell by what people say. Is it soda, pop, Coke?
I'm like
It
the
is
only
pop.
person with 200 miles that calls it soda.
What do you call a sweet, bubbly drink from Pepsi?
That would be a Pepsi. No. In the Midwest, you call that a pop.
I'm gonna call
See?
it pep.
Pepsi.
I call it soda.
Yeah, soda.
Call it pep with bubbles.
Soda.
I call it Pepsi, stomach acid.
You call
Carbonated.
it soda, I call it pop.
Yeah, I moved out to North Carolina. People started asking me, "Well, what kind of Coke do you want?" I'm like, "No, no, I don't want a Coke.
What kind of
That
Coke?
is brand
I want a
new.
Pepsi."
The
What
one
kind of boogie board do you want, Splinger? That's a brand name already. It's a boogie board, see? Generic form of a body board. Anyway, I digress.
Stop her now.
Got like a 20s boogie border.
Now listen here, you. I've got a newfangled invention, see?
I just you got
Yeah.
a man boogie board salesman twirling his mustache and
See?
smoking.
Ah, well, you take some foam, see?
Too much
You fling
fun.
yourself into the coil, I tell ya. You can be like Bugsy
Hit
Malone.
the wave, you say?
You hit the wave, see? And you get in the coil. Nobody knows what you're doing. You disappear and you come back out. Disappear, come back out, see?
That's like
Oh, but
every
shock
night.
doesn't hit your ass.
Are we still talking about what you do in the waves?
All right, don't be a Weisenheimer, I tell ya.
Hey,
Bill, you got it, man. You got it down. The 30s voice. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I missed the explanation of
That's the
why we
30s cat.
switched to a different hangout.
Something somewhere done fucked up.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you, Google.
moment Sergeant Martin knew he fucked up.
We went FUBAR. So,
What happened to Back Road?
back rope? I
we
don't
had
know, but I'll
Bauer.
send him another link on Facebook.
He probably took a circuitous route to get here, hence the name Back Road.
So I'm the only person with a camera, but there's obviously a horse in the conversation who could totally show us his horse face.
Hoyland.
Require me getting out of bed, which is a very, very unlikely event.
Do you want us to get in bed with you then? Would that make it easier?
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
Just give the common reach around.
That's weird.
So, Dodge, if I imitate a customer, will you play along like your customer service?
I don't do customer service. I just yell at people.
So customer service.
Will you yell at the person, the fictitious person?
Well, it depends. What I mean, what do you?
So I was gonna pretend to be a customer and just go crazy and just see how you handle it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can do that.
God damn it! Someone dropped something on my deck. What are you gonna do about this?
Well,
Restitution, compensation.
okay. I got to explain the story behind that guy, though. Here's the thing. So
No stories. I just want my deck fixed.
I didn't go in as much detail in that video. You have
that
to
was a
understand
great
where that guy
setup.
was coming from.
Okay, shoot.
So we're not working on his property, but he lived in a townhome. We're working on the unit next door.
Right.
But we're doing something up near that person's roof, so we have to have a ladder. But you have to have ladders, you know, they don't just hover. You have to have them at an angle.
Right.
So to get there, we had to have the ladder in his yard. So he comes over and starts yelling at my crew chief about having a ladder in his yard when we're not working on his property, and we had no right to enter his property, even though in a townhome community we actually have every right to be on his property. And so he was out there, and he spent 25 minutes taking pictures of my guys and sending them to the property manager.
I'm glad you didn't say like TMZ or something interesting.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that's annoying.
So
That's
somebody
annoying.
then dropped a tool, and the tool
Yeah.
left this tiny, I mean, like, I don't have anything in front of me, but like a spot like that big on his deck. Just tiny little spot where the tool hit the deck, and it dented
Right.
it slightly.
Uh-huh.
And his deck had recently been stained with clear sealant.
So it's ruined anyway.
So it's ruined now because you know,
I hear
we can't clean the tool. You know, like plastic handles on tools have like a different color to them. Sometimes it'll like if you drop a red handled tool, it'll leave a little red scuff mark.
Right.
So what happened is there's like this little red spot on his deck, and we're like, well, we can clean that. So my crew chief calls me and says what happened, and I was like, okay, don't do anything. I will be right there in like 10 minutes. So I get there, and my crew chief has already tried to scrub the area clean. The guy took like 10 pictures of that and sent all of them to the property manager. And then, because it didn't come clean without creating an area that you could now see where it had been scrubbed clean, because remember, clear sealant on the deck changes the color of the wood. So there's like this spot that's a different color now because of that. So they were like trying to sand it to blend it in. I'm like, oh God, don't do this. So I get there. He is irate. He's freaking out. He starts yelling at me. He goes off for like 40 minutes on how he got led down this, path by a contractor one time, and they screwed him, and he was out a lot of money, and he had to hire a lawyer, and blah, blah, blah. And my brother works for the property management company. And I'm like, I understand. Well, I can see why you'd be upset about that. What I'd like to do, and then he would interrupt me, and so I just wait, and I was like, well, if you give me a moment, no, okay. So she just kept yelling for a while, and after a while, I was finally able to say, well, what I'd like to do is for us to touch up this area, and then he went off for like another 10 minutes because it's clear sealant on wood. I mean, if I put clear sealant on, it's clear. It's going to look wet, but that's it. I mean, it touches up just fine. So, so he freaked out about the whole thing, and so he wanted us to replace the whole deck. Because we have marred the wood and we've sanded the wood, and now there's material missing, and you can never replace that. Even though we could replace the one board, but replacing the board would have a newer board than the rest of the boards, and that just isn't right either.
Right.
So yeah, the only reasonable solution was to replace the whole deck.
So is that what you guys are doing?
No, what we actually did for him was just pressure wash the deck and restain it.
Oh,
clear.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. See, I can see why that'd be thorny for sure.
Yeah, and that was actually, legally speaking, I had no obligation to do anything for him because the covenants in the townhome, the way it works, like we're allowed to be in his yard because we were working on his neighbor's property, and if something drops, that's accidental, but technically a scuff is not damage to property, so legally speaking, we didn't damage his property. That's considered normal wear and tear, so technically we had no legal obligation to do anything. Now, I'm going to try and do the right thing, so, touching it up was the right thing. It was going way above and beyond to restain his deck for him.
Yeah, you didn't want to pull out the legal card, right away. You kind of have to work up to that.
Well, when he started throwing around words like your worker's negligence has damaged my property, and I've been left, in the, oh God, what did he say?
In the quagmire.
Yeah, just
basically, he's always been through this.
Yeah, he's using legal language.
The funny thing is, he actually was a nice guy after we took care of everything. He literally had a bad experience one time with a contractor, and because of that, freaks out about anything. But once the issue was fixed, like, he was nice to me. Every time I saw him for the next several months after that, working in the community, like, he always waves and says hi, and we chat about sports. Like,
nice. Well, glad you resolved it. Sounds like you had a bit of diplomacy there.
Yeah.
Good times, mate. Good times. All's well that ends well.
Walk by and make the cuckoo gesture at your head whenever you talk to him.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a thorny problem. It sounds like you worked it out, though.
I'm going to make Merkins wear a cookie hat.
Cookie.
Cookie. I might be my boring avatar. My boring avatar. I gotta complete my visor illusion at some point. With the gold chrome. My boring avatar. Morning. Sorry, what? Will Magic didn't understand you.
No, sorry. I opened another page and I had to mute it.
Oh, there you go.
Well, you don't have to mute it. You could share it with us.
Nah, it's a live chat, but I just wanted to see the side chat.
Live chat. Dodge, what are you drinking? Coffee?
This is a little bit of Costa Rica coffee. Yes.
Ah.
I actually
there's a
roast.
story there.
Yeah, I roast my own coffee now. So
You're
I
kidding,
buy.
really?
No, yeah, I buy green coffee beans, and I prefer a couple different forms of Costa Rican coffee, and I buy them and I roast them. This one happens to be hazelnut with a little bit of pumpkin spice blend, so it's kind of a nice fall kind of flavor.
I like the pumpkin spice, believe it or not. Yes, I'm going to turn into a white girl if I keep doing that.
Hey,
And,
that's fine. I mean, I'm drinking
interesting.
it.
Interesting though that you roast your own. Oh my god, I can't even. Can't even. Whatever. Let's go to Wet Seal. It's in the mall right here. Get an orange Julius. No, see, I just asked you a simple question, and there's a whole crazy, awesome story behind it. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And now, what made you start roasting your own coffee?
I just felt like I was paying too much for coffee in the store.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee in the store is like $9 to $12 to $15 a pound.
Mm.
So I started looking into why it cost that and what it would be to buy bulk coffee, and then that's when I learned that the FDA labeling requirements for coffee don't actually specify how old the coffee is. So legally speaking, they can buy green coffee, they can wait 11 months, they can roast it, they can wait another year or a year and a half, then they can grind it, and then they can package it, and that's considered fresh coffee.
Wow.
So you're getting very fresh coffee, obviously, because you're controlling the roast time to the drink time. Grind time.
I know exactly when it was picked, and I know when it was roasted, and I'm generally roasting it and drinking it within the next 2 weeks. So, you know.
Did you go down and meet the farmers and like? This is getting into the Portlandia episode about meeting the organic free-range chickens and.
No, I don't have a passport, so I'm not allowed to leave the country. They like to contain me here.
Dude, that is awesome though. So, you have like a portable roaster or what?
Actually, you can use any convection oven.
Interesting.
Housekeeping with Dodge.
Roasted
That
coffee.
Fascinating. I love coffee,
It's like making popcorn.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because like popcorn, when you get it hot, it explodes and it makes a cracking sound. Coffee does the exact same thing.
Interesting. Weird story. I met the guy. Have you heard of a company called? God, now don't tell me I can't remember it now. A company called. Yeah, I'll think of it in a second. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I saw they were like.
That'd be a funny name
now.
for a
And,
company.
I met Jesus Christ. What's the name of the company? It just totally escapes me at the moment.
Folgers.
No. Okay, Green Mountain Coffee. Oh yeah, Dietrich. You heard of Dietrich?
Hmm.
So I met Martin Dietrich when he just had like one coffee shop, if that. And he was talking about the roast, and it smelled amazing. Anyway, they had these giant ass roasters, and then I saw him attached to Green Mountain Coffee somehow, and with those single cup like the Keurig cups, and I was like, what? I met that guy. So anyway, I figured it's the same company. It's got to be.
Green Mountain Coffee was purchased by Keurig because they wanted to have their own brand of both higher profit and quality controlled coffee for their Keurig machines.
I wonder how that's related to Dietrich, though.
Well, I mean, I think wasn't he running his own coffee, and then they just decided to purchase his company.
Maybe that's it, and then then Keurig purchased Green Mountain. Okay, wow, he's probably doing pretty well now. So that's pretty cool. And my ex-girlfriend, worked there way back in the day when they were just a boutique shop. But what a story. So you never know. You might get purchased by Keurig. No, I'm just kidding. No. But that is cool. That's an interesting thing to try. I made my own bread once, and the first time I tried it, I grew my own yeast, right where I live, Santa Clarita yeast, and then I made my own sourdough. The first batch turned out awesome. Pretty good crumb, good crust. Second batch was a nightmare. Didn't really rise very well. But little did I know I made one of the hardest breads to make for my first time. But I just love sourdough,
Yeah.
But what's cool is when you grow your own yeast, you get yeast very specific, uniquely specific to your area.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Sort of like San Francisco has a microclimate, has a very unique yeast, which was kept alive for generations. So it's a whole thing.
Yeah, I actually do the same thing by brewing my own beer. And when I lived in Kansas, I haven't started out here because I'm renting, but in Kansas I was growing my own hops, which, you can pick the variety, but they still gather their own flavor from the soil, so they're a little bit different.
And then you could shop for the hops you want online and then grow them locally.
Yep.
That's interesting. Yeah, so this bread, the first time I tried it, it was just incredible, you know. And it filled the whole house with the smell of fire because it was a. No, I'm just kidding. With the smell of bread. That part's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine roasting coffee beans would smell pretty awesome.
It smells. You know the smell of Cheerios cereal.
Yeah.
That's what coffee smells like when you roast it.
Huh, that's weird. I wouldn't expect that.
It's a toasted oat kind of smell. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
With Costa Rican coffee, it tends to smell a little bit more chocolatey than that. But if you pick something like Guatemala or Kenya or Ethiopia or something like that, you'll find coffee just kind of smells like burnt Cheerios.
Where do you get your green beans from?
I actually go through a company called Sweet Maria's.
Mm-hmm. Sweet areola?
Not quite.
Oh, come on, I had to take the joke. The joke was there, I took it, I plucked it.
Oh, I know.
Sweet Maria's. Thank you. Feel free to use it. Whoever laughed, I love you too, thank you. Martha Stewart shit. That's awesome. Feel free to interject your own Martha Stewart and or Bethany Frankel tips. Or
I love to
Oh my God. You know, literally, this has been Coffee Talk. Talk amongst ourselves. Seriously, I'm going to try roasting my own beans, though.
It's surprisingly easy. Basically, if you take a baking sheet and you have a convection oven or a convection toaster oven, all you do is take a baking sheet, put down parchment paper, put the beans on it.
Yeah. Dude, my second batch of bread was great baking sheet. I think you guys are thinking that someone was thinking that joke, and there it is. It's weird.
You kind of wonder what's going on their end, don't you?
I don't know what they're laughing at. They're wearing aprons as we speak. Awesome. How did you know? And nothing else underneath the aprons.
Nice.
The only way I roll in a hangout. Yeah.
Well, I'm the only person who actually has my camera turned on, so...
That's right. See, he's the only one with balls in this hangout.
I could prove it, too.
No, please don't. Only one with coffee beans. No, seriously, though. I mean, that's one little innocent question, and look what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I was discussing guitars at length. You guys don't want me to get all guitar geek on you.
I would like to guitar geek.
I saw your post on Facebook about that, and I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah, I was blown away, man. I'm so glad I didn't do that earlier, or like the day I got my Jameson, because I would have been like, ugh.
Well, it's like, yeah, I mean, to relate it to motorcycles, it's like if you have a bike you really like let's say you've got in my case, like an FZ09, you know, and then you have a buddy that has one, and they've done all the mods to it. You ride their bike, and then you get back on yours, like, man, this is shit. I need to replace all this stuff.
Yeah, but that's also exciting because you know the mods are going to make things better. So that's kind of cool. You have the same bike, and yet you ride a modded one. But if, like, let's say you had I don't know, a bike that isn't very good, who's going to offer one? Let's see here.
Gixxer 1000.
How about a Ninja 500? You have a Ninja 500, you're all excited, you got it used, you're a new rider, and then you get on, like, anything else. You're like, oh, shit. What have I done?
Marcus,
I'm on a heavy old tech piece of crap with no fuel injection.
Markins, didn't you have a Gixxer 1000?
Yes, sir, I did.
Come on.
Or you buy a Can-Am, you're all excited.
More yeast.
More yeast. Hey,
I will give the Can-Ams the defense, though. The Can-Am engine, that 1330 Ace engine, that triple they have that's now, oh my god, that's an amazing engine.
You know, it's a fun vehicle. It's just not like a motorcycle. So if you can ride a bike, you know, I think that's probably better. But if you can't, I'm glad there's those for people that can't.
Did you ride the
What I like
F3?
about them is also for the people who don't feel confident in being able to hold up a bike, they don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could be paraplegic. No, Dodge, I rode an RSS, which was actually quite good, but it's not the latest, greatest.
The new F3 feels way different than the other ones of theirs.
I'd love to try it. They took us on GMR. It was a little frustrating because I'm trying to turn the thing and it's trying to throw me off. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. It just didn't feel good in the turns. Of course, you can't lane split. I mean, you can try, but, you know, it'll hurt a little. Or a lot.
All right, Mike. What is it?
What's so funny, Mr. Mark Mikens? Tickle the taco, flick the bean.
Yeah, it's like you were talking about the Uncharted stuff.
I liked it.
LS650.
Yeah.
So
What about that?
the
I think it was a what is it? It's a quote from a movie. Oh my god.
Do we all lose subs when we do these damn hangouts?
Hell yeah.
Because I lose like 50 every time I do a hangout. Like, god damn, the Spaceman's a dick. I thought he was kind of smarter than that, but no, he's a fucking idiot. I'm just
Wait, you guys
on
subscribe to
hangouts.
people?
He just wants to be Martha Stewart. That's all.
What, Dodge?
I said, you guys subscribe to people?
I do, but you know, I'm talking about our subscribers.
Wait. But isn't that how it works? Don't you subscribe to people and that's your subscriber count?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. So our subscriber base is just other vloggers. That's pretty much most of it. I got, you know.
I hate that sub for sub crap.
I don't do that.
I was like, I actually use my subscriptions for things I want to watch.
Right. Yeah, I do not do that. I know people will always ask for that, but as it is, I don't have enough time to watch vids, although I watch them occasionally.
More than half the people in this hangout are on my subscriber list. So, there you go.
Nice. Now the rest of the hangout's going to be
Sweet.
trying to figure out who is not on your
Well, less than half is on mine. So.
No one's going to be insecure.
I have to qualify it too. If you went more than like 2 months without posting a video, you've totally been removed from my subscriber list. I call that thing frequently. So,
My bad. Sorry.
yeah. I added you back recently, like a week ago though, because I was like, oh yeah, you're starting to post videos again. So,
Dude, I'm in it to win it. I just, you know, I had some job issues and I was broke as fuck and was just, I had to prioritize, man, you know. Because that little YouTube check is, despite being $6K a month, it's just not cutting it. Just kidding. I don't make that anywhere
It's
near
like
that.
me right now. I'm like, I was posting Monday and Thursdays, and now like I haven't posted for like almost 2 weeks because freaking work.
Yeah.
So
I feel guilty when I go 2
I
weeks.
post like tomorrow.
Well,
Speaking of which, why isn't Bilma posting more now that he's retired?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
he's retired. He's
I don't
really
have
healthy.
any anymore.
wait,
What
I
was
usually refer to it
Nobody
as
works anymore? What, Billy? What's the reason?
I just don't have it in me anymore. It's just not
Oh.
fun.
Oh.
Dude, that is a very honest and well-spoken reason. If it's not fun, then why do it?
But you still ride.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
How's the other channel going?
it's not.
Well, that
Yeah, go ahead and give us the long lead in there, Bill. No, it's, you know what? Sometimes editing is work. It really just is. It's work sometimes.
Yeah.
Fun, but it's work. So, I get it, man. Totally get it. Totally. I'm doing a, not to drag everything down, but I got my Alzheimer's log coming. So, but I forgot how to edit. No, I'm just kidding. It's about my mom. So,
don't forget to put that one up though.
which
Hey,
one?
Markins, are you still here?
Yeah, I get it.
Exactly.
Good
Mark,
one.
Mike, Markins,
Mark Mikens.
Mark Mikins.
Mike.
Are you
Private
there?
Markins. Just kidding.
Can you unlock me? I don't want to be presented all the time here. It's,
I
I
can't
can't
get
get
enough
spot
of
there,
that.
Chris.
people are still looking at my freaking beamer on the screen
I
there.
can't get enough of that thumbnail-sized picture of your Ducati.
That Ducati GS 1200.
Wait, is that a BMW? I couldn't tell. No, I couldn't.
Yes.
GS, right? 1200.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Beautiful. Same bike that Charlie Borman and
you know,
what's his
Who?
face?
Charlie and
Oh,
who?
they had the 1150.
Charlie
Ewan
and
McGregor,
Owen?
Charlie
Owen
Borman
McGregor?
rode around the world with.
Yeah, they had the 1150.
Not watched Long Way Round.
They did the 1200 on Long Way Down.
I don't know
Yeah,
what.
a long way down.
Exonerated. Yeah. So you know that's a great series. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely watch it in order. Which I can't remember what the order is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I do Common Core
Very
math,
good.
so I have no
Very
clue
good.
what's going on.
So,
What's
quick question for you, Motocron. Your bike that we're all blissfully looking at,
Yes.
did you install the engine, the head covers, the little crash guards yourself?
No, they came on the bike. I put the lower crash bars on that you
Have
see.
you? Okay, yeah, but the lower ones, just underneath the heads. Have you
Yep.
ever removed them and reinstalled them?
No.
No. Okay.
No. She'll be up for sale in a couple months.
Screw missing.
Well, it's just I had a friend who he had one 2013, I think he was his year, but he bought it and he was a teacher, so like he would have 3 months off and he'd do like a 12,000-mile trip, every year.
Ooh,
So
nice.
we would do all the maintenance on it just before he left, and then right after he got back, do all the same things again, which was really annoying. But taking those crash bars on and off was probably the most painfully annoying thing possible.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
They hid the bolts under in these weird places that you just can't get hands into, and it just, yeah.
Not me, haha, I'm 4'2". I can get my whole body in there like the English Channel Tunnel.
I suggested one time that we just use a Sawzall to remove it, but he didn't think it was
Yeah.
funny.
Sometimes that's funny when you just can't get your hand somewhere in a spot, which never happens to me, of course, because,
My
Right.
hands always go where I want them to.
I'm very handsy, like a second date. With myself.
It's 10:40. Sounds like time for
You mean a third date? Yeah, where I'm from, it's a first date, see?
Too much
I
Bugs
would
Bunny
say-
as a kid? What the heck?
I always say that to my girlfriend. I'll be all handsy, and she'll be like, "It's like a bad first date." I'm like, "Or a good one."
No, he's not channeling Bugs Bunny. That's what was the name of that movie?
Did I put my friend Rocky in the range of my... Whatever.
No,
What
it's a
movie
more
is that?
30s gangster,
It was
or 30s speaking manager.
yeah, but there was a specific movie that you're kind of channeling with that. It was God, I can't remember.
Channeling.
Channeling? Yes.
Channeling.
Channel the inner devil in yourself.
So, Bilma,
Yeah.
now that you had a few weeks to digest, what did you really think of Star Wars Episode 7?
I thought it was pretty awesome. I've seen it twice.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it was great, man.
More times than I've seen it.
More times than I've seen. Yeah, right.
I need to see
No, I
the
haven't seen it yet.
I think it was Star Wars again. It actually brought Star Wars back.
Star Wars New Hope 2.0. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely not another episode. What was that? Episode 1.
2, 3, yeah. Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Freaking Jar Jar.
Phantom Penis.
Although I
Wasn't
thought
Jar Jar just a filler?
wasn't he what?
Just a filler?
Yeah.
Probably. Just a way to sell dolls.
Means the thinking there's a way to market this.
Jeez. Ah, jeez. And then every 6-year-old's like, "Oh, I want a Jar Jar doll, Daddy."
It's just like the BB-8 now.
Yeah. Yeah, 7 was
BB-8's way better than Jar Jar.
fucking awesome. BB-8.
There we go. Thanks, Sarge.
Oh, by the way, everybody, spoilers maybe. Spoilers maybe. Everyone was pretty good about not revealing spoilers with episode 7.
Well, it's just like Deadpool, where nobody really did too many spoilers because all the little brats that would spoil it aren't old enough to go see it.
Oh, you say that, but
See?
there were quite a few children in theaters for that one.
Yeah,
There's
everyone
even
brings
a-
their babies.
I still haven't.
That was a
watched
funny thing, yeah, the adults that brought their kids thinking it was a superhero movie, like the average superhero movie.
Yeah.
Duh. Or why do people bring their babies to theaters in the first place? Like, we don't want to be those people, but here we are. Dude, shut up, there's a sex scene. It's got whooping cry. What the fuck?
I gotta go see that movie, man. Everybody keeps talking about it. It's getting on my nerves. I'm gonna have to go watch it, dude.
Dude, I actually
Here,
saw...
you don't have to go anywhere.
Uh-oh, I know
I
where
will-
that's going. Some Bangkok theater got a special extra film camera that showed up.
In Bangkok.
Hey,
Hey, you about to see Star
gotta
Wars
say you love
Episode
it.
7. Put away your Sony Handycam.
Markins is dissing you in the side chat there, Bill.
Circle.
Is he?
Yeah, in the Hangout chat.
I don't
Dude, don't be dissing.
see it.
The cat?
I gotta see Deadpool too, man. I have not seen that.
I haven't
Okay,
either.
it'll be in the side for you
I
guys.
have high hopes though. I know
Oh,
there's
it
some kind
was-
of there's
it
some
was
kind of
funny.
unicorn reference.
It was funny.
I like funny. I like funny, Shane.
Yeah.
I like when people say like, "That's really funny." I'll be like, "I'll be the judge of that."
There
You
you
were
go,
right.
guys.
It was
It's in the
funny.
side chat for you.
Is there a little red laser dot on your head anywhere? If not, safe to click. Oh, look at the cat. Is that a Burmese?
This is a Burmese. This is my brown one. And
I
if
have
you
a
look in the
Burmese
background,
sable too.
there's a beige one. Champagne.
Oh, so cute. Oh, you know, it's covered by all the little avatars, but I actually have a Burmese sable as well.
Yes, I've seen pictures.
Oh,
Yours
yeah.
looks
You can-
identical
you
to
can
mine,
turn
but I
off
think
the,
this is bigger because they're
avatars.
8 pounds? 9?
I'm
What
sorry,
size
what?
is yours? What size is yours?
Oh, 8 pound?
Yeah, mine. This one here, this is my fat one, and she's 7 pounds.
This could be taken in a wrong light.
Oh my
really.
god. It looks just like my cat. What kind of sorcery is this? You know what's funny is the Burmese, as you well know, I'm sure, is they're very puppy-like, aren't they?
Oh, this one here especially gets needy. If I leave the room, she will follow me anywhere.
That's how my cat is.
Oh, they're so cute. They're
God
people.
forbid you shut the door and don't let the cat in first.
Although when I play my guitar, my cat just bails immediately. You're like the worst audience member ever, Kitty. It's like me playing a gig at the coffee house. Everyone just leaves. Like, thanks.
Meow 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 meow.
All together.
I think he would like that.
Dude, that
What the heck was one of
song.
the-
Oh my god, two Burmese, so cute.
Dan, you're just like.
I do want to get a second Burmese. I mean,
They,
yeah, it's like.
they will talk to each other, and it can become very annoying.
Fucking Sergeant Mark.
Really?
You all love the pussy.
Yeah,
Do
what'll
they
happen is
fight
I'll
ever?
go. Well, ours are 6, and they're
Mhm.
about 2 years old now. Or 3, I think. They don't
Right.
fight so much, but they like play fight. But
I
we'll go
hear
to
you.
bed, and suddenly us going to bed is action. So that means it's time for them to wake up and run around and make elephant noises by stamping on the floor, and then they start yelling at each other across the house. One of them will go downstairs and start
Oh.
meowing incessantly until the other one follows 10 minutes
Right.
later.
So funny, so funny. My cat will meow at different stations, and like, I am now going to bed. I must meow it out. And then he'll like go to bed, and then when he does something different, he'll meow it out, like the town crier. Dude, heathen, that was funny. Don't make me drive down to wherever you are in the world, except you again. But yeah, Burmese are awesome, man. I actually got it because my girlfriend's not allergic to that breed. Now, it could be that she outgrew her allergies for most indoor cats, but for whatever reason, she discovered she wasn't reacted to the Burmese. Went to a breeder, 17 cats in the house, not one sniffle, sneeze, cough, or wheeze. Bam, that was our cat. So that's how we landed on that purebred.
Yeah, we
Burmese.
sought them out because of their hypoallergenic breed. They're nearly hypoallergenic. I'm very allergic to cats and dogs, but obviously I have 2 cats, so
Right. Same reason, you know. So,
Yeah.
and the other thing is certain danders may trigger allergies in certain people. So certain breeds may not affect you. So if you get a purebred, you can control for that, and then
Yeah.
now you have cats. Yay.
And I'm actually the weird guy that's not allergic to the dander. I'm allergic to the hair, which is like super rare.
Because there's like dander in saliva and the hair, and I'm
Yeah.
guessing it's the same sort of protein. And guys, we're gonna drill down into dander and protein quite deep. So hang in
Whatever happened to
here.
motorcycles, man?
Can't do it here, Bob.
At least
Talk
it's
about-
not deep in something else.
All right, so no. Here's what we do. If you want to talk about motorcycles, let's have an equally interesting topic. Who
Sure.
here thinks that Mobil 1 is the best oil?
Oh,
shit.
God.
There we go.
No, I'd rather talk about dander.
Yeah, I would rather talk about dander.
But yes, I like Mobile One.
You
though.
guys ought to
Okay.
start like a house show, you know?
Yeah,
Dodge and
Oh, I
pod.
guess we can put this on the BXD
dodging
network.
pod.
We'll have a special guest. We'll talk about coffee roasting.
We could also try using our
Roasted
cell phones
kitty
instead and
dander.
do a dual blog together too.
You know, I'm not quite that advanced, but at some point I do want to do something like that, very techy.
Or you could just move to North Carolina or come out to one of our meetups out here. You could do that
Done. North Carolina, done. Moving to North Carolina. See, all someone had to do was say it.
And then you realize you don't have lane splitting anymore.
No, you can still
never
lane split in
mind.
North Carolina.
Really?
Yeah,
Not
not
legally,
legally.
though. Yeah. But technically you can. I mean, what are they going to do? Split between the car and morph themselves into
Bingo.
a tango car, half
What are
width?
you
and,
doing, Sarge?
See, that's one nice thing about my bike is it's air cooled, so I have that excuse.
So I hear
I
cops are
actually-
now just tranking you with drones now if you lane split around them.
No, I've never met a cop that cares that your bike has an equipment failure. If you're violating the law, they will absolutely get on you about it. I had a KTM that's the clutch was so sensitive, sometimes it would just like snap out and you'd like pop a wheelie, but the officers didn't care about that either. So, you know. Apparently you can't accidentally wheelie. I'm like, oh, trust me, you can.
Oh, I've done it. I've done it. I always tell people I don't know how to start a wheelie, but like a terrorist, I know how to land one. And I shouldn't use the T word, even in a hangout. Thank you for laughing. But so that's how I learned how to land a wheelie. Accidentals. Yeah, I was on the SV in some weird tunnel in San Francisco where you had no takeoff space. So I was looking behind me, and this is all setting up for a great joke. And I'm like getting on the gas. I look forward. I'm in the air, wheeling. I'm like, what the? So I just wrote it out and passed it off like I meant to do that. Yeah, I do it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. Yeah. Every day in this here tunnel, I do wheelies.
Yeah, I used to ride my Concord 14 pretty hard, and then every time I took my wife on the back of it, I forgot that extra weight on the back means the wheelie's easier. So, like, you know, she doesn't weigh that much, and it's a big bike. You wouldn't think it impacts it, but yeah, she'd feel me set the wheelie down, but not start it. Like, it would just happen by accident. Oh.
They're surprisingly smooth, you know, when you don't feel them come up.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the? And then you hit the front brake trying to get your, get your speed down. You're like, wait a second, that was a mistake. As you grind your chin bar into the freeway.
Or you're starting to take off and you just notice the handlebar just turns full walk to one side. You're like, oh, that's not normal.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Markins?
I had an R1 a couple of years ago that would do that.
Like
They
the
would just
2000
wheelie
R1
just for the fun of it.
Billy, doesn't your Hypermotard do that?
Yeah, but I have to clutch wheelie it. It's because it's just a 796.
But it'll do it first, though.
Yeah.
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 You know what you call your motard if it's not quite motard enough?
What's
You
that?
call it a hypo-motard. Some doctor will laugh somewhere. Oh, that's real funny, Space Ball. My girlfriend hates that voice. She's like, God damn it, Steph, you ain't that voice. Oh, what's wrong with his voice? It's funny.
It's funny, man.
It's funny. I'm laughing. Hypo-motard. Great. Now I'm presenting. What am I presenting? Yeah. So what are you riding there, Dodge and everyone else? So Bill, you're riding a Hypermotard? What kind again?
It's a 796. It's a 2010.
Oh, okay. Sweet. That Alaska trip was epic, man. Epic footage.
Yeah, it was a good time, but I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch it again. I mean, no, but
Honesty.
it was really cold. It looked really cold. Although it looked like a really awesome, like, fun bonding adventure.
Yeah.
Cool though.
We talk about it still, but yeah, he wants to go back, but I'm like, no, fuck no.
Yeah. Tracy, look, I've got things to do, and they involve the 49 states. Yeah. Or
Well, there's
48.
spots you guys weren't even riding on roads. I mean, they called them roads, but it looked more like cliff faces that just happened to kind of be relatively flat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The
Well,
good
when
old
they were
days.
going, they didn't need roads. Back to the Future 4. I want to see a Back to the Future 4. That'd be freaking awesome. I'd be so great and lovely. Where's my DVD? The whole homoerotic event, Sergeant Markins. So it'd be fun to do a road trip on the 300, the 100. I think that'd be pretty cool. Is that State Farm?
No,
Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, so, what are you wearing, Jake from State Farm? Denim. Denim. He sounds hideous. Well, he's a guy, so... I'm sure transsexuals everywhere were like, fuck you, he can still be hot. Or, you know...
I got a hooligan in the back door.
Kate from State Farm, then, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, khakis. Well, you've got an accent.
He sound hideous.
Do you call it soda, pop, or Coke? Pop. Yeah, I have these khakis out here in Chicago. Just working this center. That's how my family sounds back east in Chicago. It's like, hey, Dan, we're going to go get tacos with Dominic and Barbara. You coming?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you just totally ruined the pronunciation of tacos. Nobody says tacos. Dan, let's go get some tacos. Those are going to be real authentic here in Chicago.
Sounds delicious.
Sounds delicious, Dan. They're $5.
The $5 tacos.
$5 tacos, Dan. We're going to go watch some Bilma videos and get some tacos. Yeah, he goes to Alaska. Dan, have you ever been to Alaska? Yeah, I've seen the videos. God damn it.
They don't have tacos in Alaska.
They don't have no tacos. They've got elk tacos, but they're not the same as those Spanish Mexican tacos.
Frozen tacos. Yeah, frozen taco.
tacos.
Yeah, your aunt was talking about a pink taco, but I think she was making a ribald joke. So I told her to knock it off, Dan. My aunt asked me once, hey, Dan, you think I'm pretty? I'm like, that's an inappropriate question, Aunt Patsy. You think I'm pretty, Danny? Yeah, I want to bang you. What am I supposed to say? Dodge trying to get my attention, yes, sir.
Why is the screen stuck on Neil Armstrong?
Yeah.
Hooligan, yeah, that's my Apollo 11 spacesuit. Well, Apollo 16 and Apollo 11. Come on, Dad. Barbara thinks your Aunt Patsy's hot. Scissors! Someone's getting scissors! Isn't that a weird question to ask your nephew? Hey, Danny, you think I'm pretty? What if I said no? Then what? We have tension for the rest of our years.
Yeah,
jeez.
you don't need that family.
So I have a serious question to ask you, and it could be considered personal, but do you just feel the compulsion to talk?
Yes.
I mean that politely. I do as well.
No. I'll be I'm surprised you got a word in edgewise.
No, I feel the compulsion to talk sometimes, and people are like, oh, you just like the sound of your voice. I'm like, no, I just feel like I have to talk. It doesn't matter if I have anything to say. The words just have to come out. But
no, that's a good question, Dodge. I'll tell you what it is when I get into that comedy brain, it just flows out, man. That's how I do my vlogs. It's the same part of my brain, really. It's that talking, thinking connection where it just comes out, and it's almost like performance art, you know? So that's why I get on a roll when I keep going, unless someone stops me or interjects or says something funny or
2 minutes and
plays
Marcus
along.
is gone.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
Okay.
2 minutes. 2 minute warning.
Yeah, but he's going to leave the stream up. I mean, he's not going to close us down. I mean, he loves us.
Well, it'll end anyway afterwards, won't it?
He'll open another one. Don't worry.
Dodge, did that answer make sense? Was it satisfying to you? Oh.
Yes, it was very satisfying to me. That was exactly what I was hoping to hear.
Your own predilection for talking, what do you credit that or blame that on?
So, there's a lot of things that people have in terms of behavioral things, and sometimes people have little nervous motions. They like to, bite their fingernails, stuff like that. I actually talk, and it's not about being nervous. It's just about having excess energy. Some people channel that excess energy into non-productive things. I just like to talk. I will look for any excuse to talk.
If I were low energy right now, either I wouldn't have joined the hangout or I'd be silent, but rarely am I in a hangout not talking when I can.
Yeah.
So, because if I just want to listen, I'll just listen, watch it later.
Well, I like to contribute things to the conversation. I don't want to talk just for the sake of talking, so I try to keep myself quiet, because if you let me, I will gladly talk continuously for hours, but That's not exactly the best thing. Like, if you've ever had the misfortune of being on the other end of a Cinna conversation on a Bluetooth headset with me,
Right.
yeah.
I cannot imagine that.
A whole road trip is not a moment.
The last time we were in our Tennessee, North Carolina meetup out in the mountains, Markins listened to like 4 hours of me just talking, nothing else, just me. I was talking the whole time.
Well, you know, you figure a vlogger, it should have a penchant for talking, right? You know, because half the time, most of the time, you're monologuing anyway.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to self-motivate and just be able to carry a thought, by yourself. And when it comes to comedy, it's even worse because if I'm doing accents or something, it just writes itself. So it's a lot easier to talk if I'm doing an accent or doing something silly that way.
Yeah.
But if I'm answering a question, eventually I stop.
Yeah, that's the thing I have to do is try and keep myself on topic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't mind the segues though, especially if it's just me vlogging,
Yeah.
I don't mind doing asides here and there or noticing something the viewer may have also noticed and then coming right back. Because usually people can usually handle that sort of parenthetical thought.
Well, I'm a big fan of just the stream of consciousness kind of vlog, too. I don't like to do transitions, and I love to just talk about whatever I feel like talking about at the moment. Now, I'll try to organize most of it into a cohesive topic, but generally, if there's something that happens from the time I start talking about it to the time I end, and it's in the middle, I'll just leave it in.
Absolutely. And you kind of have, I think it's better to do that because you get more engagement because they're watching you. I mean, you have a medium where they're not just listening, of course, they're watching. So if something happens and you comment on it, that just adds to the funny and the immersion. And you're sort of pinpointing what the person's thinking about anyway. See you, Markins. See you, dude. But yeah, so I figure most of us have that gear somewhere. And Hangouts are kind of silly, an atom smasher of personalities as it is. So, when there's I do my Space Pod and Roger Hangout, it's just 2 people, so you really have to carry it. But yeah, let's discuss another the nuances of another topic. Maybe macrame, full contact knitting.
Macrame?
Curling.
Why am I not surprised you know that?
Well, I worked in an art store, so I had a bunch of old biddies coming in looking for like Bill Alexander paint sets or macrame or toll.
Where do you work?
Well, many moons ago I used to work at Aaron Brothers. So they sold what's that? They sold art supplies and like picture frames and you'd have little old ladies come in saying, "I'm looking for a toll painting kit for my grandson." I'm like, "All right, I'm about to be bored for an hour." So.
Or what are those ones that the scratchers, it's that black film stuff, and then you scratch it.
Scratchboard.
Scratchboards, yeah.
Yeah. Usually white or silver. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. It's a very unusual art medium because you're scratching it and you're using sort of a scratchy nib. But I've done it. It's pretty cool. It's just easier to do it digitally now,
Yeah. Have you seen that commercial where they're all kids drawing, husband hands him the iPad, and then he does a few other things, and the husband's in the bathroom and there's no toilet paper. He's like, "Honey," she throws him the iPad and it just has a picture of toilet paper on it.
Yeah, that is little help. Little help.
I'll try to find the commercial if you want.
Good for one use.
Yeah, really. Some kind of thorough cleaning afterward.
That is a good topic to talk about. So what do you do when you're in someone else's house and you run out of toilet paper?
You text them.
It's either you look like hell or goodbye socks.
Socks it is. Well, okay, so let's say you don't have your phone, you can't yell out, it's a party, it's loud, you don't know the person whose house it is.
Ooh,
okay,
okay.
Random house essentially, but it's someone's house, and what do?
Towel and throw it in the wastebasket.
I would take a shower, basically, and that's probably if no one can hear me and it's loud and they're distracted and they're not gonna be like, "Who's taking a shower in my house?" I would just take a shower. And then explain the problem after. And offer to clean it up, of course, or clean it up before I walked out.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Well, it came up because I had a customer's house we were doing some work on earlier in the year, and like they had bought the place, but they hadn't moved in yet, so it was their house, but there was nothing inside, and you're there, and there are toilets, but there's no toilet paper.
Yeah.
And if you find yourself in that emergency situation where you had to go, so you go to the toilet, you go, and now you're sitting there going, huh, there's nothing to use.
Yeah. Yeah.
That.
If there's one thing being in the Scouts has taught me, it's always carry toilet paper in a backpack.
Or some of the little Kleenex tissues, the little pocket-sized pack, you can stick it with you.
Baby wipes.
Yeah,
Exactly. In an emergency, if there's some other paper nearby, you can like crumple it up a lot to make it softer, so it'll have a little better contour, so you can actually be effective with using it.
A lot of times people have
That's what I
Kleenex
ended up doing, but
A lot of times people have Kleenex in the bathroom, and I guess they don't want to blow their nose and toilet paper. So
I know, right?
that's an obvious go-to. But another thing you could do is go all Moroccan with it. Use your left hand and then use the shower. I guess the sink would be more rude, but wash your hands in the shower and then clean up afterward.
Go for the
and then
sink.
then go meet and greet before you wash your hands.
Yeah, so basically you're talking about the method that the other 97% of the world uses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which is holding it. Just kidding. No, wiping your hands with your left hand, and then go do the family style buffet afterwards.
Yes. You use your unclean hand and you clean yourself.
Yes.
Put your left hand in and you wipe it all about.
Yeah, and then just do the thorough nail cleaning later, and keep it out of. But do the best you can there. You guys know what I'm talking about.
That seems legit.
He doesn't know about
Yeah, it would actually be an interesting problem-solving opportunity. And a great vlog.
Yeah, well, and that was why I asked, because I was actually in that situation earlier this year. Like, at someone's house, I had to go, I went, but it was such an emergency, it was like I didn't have time to think through,
Oh, sure.
Go, you have to go.
Exactly. So.
And your brain sees the toilet. Your brain's like, we're starting. No, no, no.
Exactly. You're like, there's the toilet.
What's up, Ninja Shift?
Hey, yeah, there's that whole effect when you have to go and you're holding it just fine, and then you get to the door and your brain starts the process because it knows that a toilet is on the way, or you're on the way to the toilet. You're like, not
It
yet.
accelerates the situation.
Yeah, and you're trying to get out of your tight-ass leathers, looking like an extra on the set of Joan Jett, 1984, whatever.
Yeah,
and you're like,
need to buy an air stick.
Crimson and Clover.
Seriously, the tight-ass leathers is not a problem. Buy an Air Stitch. You can drag knee in an Air Stitch. It is more comfortable. You can get out of it in like 15 seconds. Billy, come on.
Are you like Tracy's brother or something?
No.
That is so true.
Come on, Bill. You know what I'm talking about. You can strip an Air Stitch off in like 10 seconds. On a hot day, you can disrobe immediately after getting off the bike.
I've never worn one.
You should, but you've seen it used thousands of times. Why have you not bought one yet?
Because he's got class.
Ouch.
Dodge, are you wearing an arrow stitch, I take it?
Well, see, if you look right above
There.
my finger,
Above
there.
the bondage equipment. Above
That's
the bondage equipment.
that is an Air Stitch right there.
Okay.
So it's just sitting back there in my closet.
Put it on.
You go up to Duluth and get that fitted, and
No, I did not. I took my measurements and I sent it to them, and they said, we agree, those are the correct measurements. And then they sent me a suit, and it fit perfectly the first time, and it is amazing. And I could put it on, but I'm inside, and I don't need the protection right now.
You always need
No,
protection
I was-
against something.
I almost got an arrow stitch. I was looking into customization, and originally I wanted the launch suit orange, which I don't know what I was thinking, but they couldn't really. I guess
got the
maybe
white
they
one,
could've
yeah.
done it. But so yeah, eventually I just went leather for my first suit, crashed that, and then got the second. But yeah, it would be easier to take off the arrow stitch for sure.
It's also
Air
really
Stitch.
nice during the summer that you can ride in like shorts and a t-shirt, and then you're nice and cool, and you get wherever you're going. If you carry a pair of sandals or something with you, you can actually change and wear normal clothing.
For work, that's a great idea because if you keep some shoes at work, you're set.
Yeah, yeah.
You
And
know.
I used to do just that.
but
Yeah, because I used to have to
you
change out of my.
You
leather
can
suit.
do that under other riding gear too.
Not as easily though. Like leathers.
Not leather. I don't wear leathers, so.
You can. It's just the benefit of the AeroStitch is the one zipper goes from your neck all the way down one leg, and then you've got a zipper on the other leg, so you really can take it off in like 10, 12 seconds.
You're a preacher of the stitch. I'll give you that.
Sounds so sexy.
Once you've owned one, like it's just
Once you go stitch, you'll never go back.
Well, Markins bought one because he saw me using mine, and he saw Tracy using his. So
Tracy loves his AeroStitch.
Isn't that like the most watched video, Billy?
Oh yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
The car wash one? Yeah.
No, it's cool. I'm a fan. I just, you got to get that fit right, and
you have to be willing to look like a trash man.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
they're
what
cool
it
though.
is.
Reflectives, all that stuff.
Yeah, you have to be willing to just go, fuck it, I don't care what anyone else thinks I look like. I'm wearing this because it's convenient and it keeps me safe.
I say I'd rather look stupid and not get shredded.
The Aero Stench. That's a good one, Billy.
I do love my leather suit though. My Z custom leather suit is freaking awesome. It is tight though. It isn't easy to get on and off. So, plus my fat ass has to lose like 15 pounds. That would help. But 47 metabolism's like, see ya! I'm like, no, come back, lover.
You're 47.
I know I sound 12, right? But
You do. I'm 48. I thought you were like 22 or something.
hey, you're like the smartest preteen I've ever met, huh? No, I'm 47. Go ahead and ask me a question only a 47-year-old would know. Since you're 48, you can ask me those questions. 18-year-olds struggle with this, by the way. I've had 18-year-olds try to test me, and they're like, what's a Tamagotchi? I'm like, fuck if I know. I'm 47. Someone snorted. Yes. Ding.
We
No,
need
but
to get
seriously,
Bunny at this hangout.
A better question would be ask you if you know who Max Headroom is.
Yeah, of course. 1980s. Max. Headroom. Yeah, of course. Animated character, MTV.
Yeah.
Blonde hair. Very.
Well, I figured you would know. It's a better example because the Tamagotchi came out in like what 97 I think or something. So that's really only something relevant for people my age.
Yeah, like you could ask something like when was the big wheel popular, and some people might say, "What's a big wheel?" First sign they're not 27. Go ahead.
Okay, what about the Evel Knievel thing? Did you have that as a kid?
Dude, of course. Of course. I mean, I'd have to turn in my 70s kid card if I didn't.
The $6 million man.
$6 million man
Eyeball
versus
thing.
Bigfoot.
Stretch Armstrong.
Here's a good one. Like, what powers did the $6 million man have, or the doll have, which are the same thing? The bionic eye, left eye, and you can look through it, and the bionic grip, and the bionic penis. Wait, you guys didn't have that one?
Yeah, that was a rare one.
I think my parents gave me that.
With Michael Knight.
And of course, Jamie Summers had the bionic hearing. See, I'm a child of the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. What TV shows were popular in the 70s? Go ahead, if you know.
The Incredible Hulk, Wonder Woman, Rockford Files.
Thundercats.
BJ and the Bear.
That was the 80s.
70s, early 80s. What Japanese anime was one of the first ones on American TV in the 70s or early 80s? More like the 70s, though.
Voltron?
Little bit too late. A little earlier than that.
Really?
You are correct about Voltron coming on later, though. So it was Speed Racer. Go Speed Racer. Go Speed. Yes.
I even remember that one.
Yep. And Voltron actually
I'm a
was
98
awesome.
kid.
I love Voltron. And Robotech. Remember Robotech?
Yep.
And that was all on American TV. It was freaking awesome. Okay, here's a good one, a very obscure one. What was the competitor to the big wheel that sort of like the rich kids had that wasn't a big wheel, but they would show up on it? You're like, gosh dang it, it's like a Lamborghini.
The Green Machine.
Yes, bam. Bill for
Billy.
points. And Bill has a commanding lead of minus 75,000.
Watkins got that one.
Yep, the Green Machine, guys. And what was something we used to do with the big wheels just for fun that wasn't actually used in a way that was intended?
The Power Slide.
Power Slide. Yeah.
Power slide, turn it upside down and rotate the wheel and pretend like you had a grinder or an ice cream machine or something.
You know, they
And,
still have a big wheel race on the Tail of the Dragon every year.
What?
That's pretty awesome.
They do. You knew about that, right? No.
Just now, I've known about it for.
Okay, so
I'm not expecting.
Yeah, basically at the end of the season every year, because the road gets cold enough out, the tourists stop coming and everything. The locals will have a big wheel race, and they don't like close the road off, but I mean nobody's there, and
Right.
they wear like full leather racing suits and everything. They try to race big wheels, and it's really just not a goal of who gets there fastest. It's who goes the furthest without crashing.
Yeah, without crashing. That is amazing. Are these like the I guess they're not original big wheels. Are they modern day plastic
Yeah,
big
it's
wheels?
the modern day version ones, but yeah, it's like all plastic and stuff. But I mean, you get them going 40 miles an hour. Like they've had guys that have had the little bearings melt off the plastic and stuff. I mean, it's just.
Dude, what's funny is, in those days, they didn't have freewheel, so if you were going fast, you had to lift your feet off the pedals, and then trying to sink back to those furiously spinning pedals was like...
No, it's the same. Yeah, it's still the same.
They're like smacking at your little 7-year-old ankles. Oh, my God. So, in those days, we had no play dates. You came home when the street lights went on, if you weren't right outside. Remember those? We went off jumps that were completely unsafe. On heavy-ass Huffy bikes.
Without a helmet.
Without a helmet, and then you'd smash your face in. And then your mom would give you, like, some Tupperware molded, popsicle as a consolation prize.
The ones with the little plastic thing, and it was like the little, basically it was like...
Did you guys ever watch the show
Yeah.
Stuart on Mad TV?
Who?
Stuart?
Oh, dude, Stuart, of course.
Look what I can do!
Look what I can do. Stuart, come back here. Look at No. No. You touched me on my products. Stuart.
Have you ever seen Stuart? Anybody else?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Stuart's amazing. After this hangout, you guys should all look it up if you haven't seen it yet. Oh, my God. I love Mad TV, man. They were so awesome and irreverent.
Oh.
Irreverent.
I missed that show because it was so stupid. It was perfect.
Dodge, how old are you? You seem like you know all this stuff.
What did you do?
Baby, without us.
I already said my age, so you won't say yours. Therefore, you must be older? What?
Younger.
Younger, okay. 42.
Try and guess.
38.
No.
47.
No.
No, you said
Lower.
younger.
Lower.
45.
Lower.
32.
Way lower.
40.
35.
16.
If you're in your fucking 20s and you're not wanting to say your age because you think you're too old, I'm getting on airplane.
It's not about being too old. It's just
It's good to see you back.
28.
Billy.
Alright, so here, let me do the math.
Yeah, normally if you're older, you don't want to say it. Not if you're, like, in your prime.
I should turn 30.
Happy birthday to Emma M6FC6 in the
Nice.
chat.
Dan, look at my screen.
Oh, my God. I love the mother, too. I love her face. It's so funny. Now you're going to oh, my God, the way she sits. And then there's that lady who always makes the, oh, you know, that lady who's always
Yeah, that's where the you would say that to my kid.
No. See, I can do the Stewart voice.
Look what I can do. And then when he takes the gun from the cop in the candy shop.
He like falls over. He does some dumbass move, and the mom's all proud of him.
Yeah, like he grabs his hand and then just tries to kick his leg through or something.
Oh my God, dude! Mike McCormick, whatever the hell his name is, so awesome. Michael McDonald, I think.
Did he sing for the Doobie Brothers?
Let's face it, the Doobie Brothers started as a pot club. Let's just get real.
Wonder if he's related to Norm Macdonald because they have like the same structure. Same
Oh,
body.
I wouldn't doubt it. Plus, they're both in comedy. Norm, I'm guessing, got in first since he's older. Norm's doing a lot of voiceovers now. He does a really good job as the Colonel.
Oh yeah.
He's funny.
Makes
I guess I'll just put this in the side chat, so if you want to.
See, that's why I want to do sketch comedy, because like I just love that stuff. I just don't have any comedy troupe to do this with. But maybe someday. We'll see.
There you go. The one I'm watching is inside chat, and
Yes.
That's
and
an
then there's
interesting one.
a bunch of others. Oh, the babysitter one, Dan, with the vacuum cleaner salesman.
Once I see it, I'm sure it'll.
Chinese
jog my
restaurant.
memory.
That one was funny.
No.
I'd like to make a toast to all the monologuers.
Yay.
Yay!
I'm holding up my NASA mug of coffee.
So,
I'm holding
so,
up my beef fusion grape juice.
so half the people do have cameras, but they're only willing to turn them on for 0.2 seconds at a time.
There, mine's on.
Well, my hairdresser was out today, so.
You can see behind my computer.
Mine too.
I'm
See?
naked.
And as it happens, Bilma and I have the same hairdresser.
Yeah, we do.
I think Bilma, with your extra A, should be called Bilma.
Senior.
It's Bill May. Get it right.
Bilma.
Bill
Oh.
May Senior.
Man, my computer at work, where I last worked in Cubicleville, I took off the caps lock key and I like painted it to say Billy Mays, and I put it back on the keyboard. And I have a friend that works there, and like 6 months after I left, my keyboard still said Billy Mays.
That's so awesome.
Nobody ever replaced it. So the caps lock key was the Billy Mays button.
Dude, most annoying, what's it called, barker ever.
I liked them.
Just that whole yelling thing, man. I like Vince, though. Vince here with the ShamWow.
Vince is just creepy. He beat the shit out of it.
Wow.
That's what was funny, all those damn innuendos from Creepy Guy.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Brian. Welcome to Revzilla. We can watch the silent ride. Today we're gonna have some helmets. We're gonna have some gloves. We're gonna have
Dude, you're totally Anthony from
Rock the
Revzilla.
side and ride.
Hi, this is Anthony here with Revzilla TV. Blah 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 blah.
You can
And now
watch
the new
the
built helmet.
It's weird, man. It's like, you know, that you get that other guy, Remy, and he's like, "Oh, here's a motorcycle," and then whatever her name's Matt or Chris or whatever his name steps in. He's like, "All right, we're gonna start a meeting at 25. Can I get 30? Can I get 30? Can I get 30? Okay, 35.
That's pretty good. Or, in about a month, it's gonna be, hey everybody, it's Anthony here with Revzilla. Today we're gonna check out a built helmet, quality piece. I forgot that where you can try ride and decide, you know, the whole thing.
The fake Arai Iron Man.
You know what people forget about the built helmets? I mean, the built brand helmets are made by the same company that makes HJC and Icon and all that other shit. It's like it has the same foam inside their helmet, so legally speaking, or technically speaking, it probably will protect your head from impact the same. But what it lacks is cooling, any quality to the plastic, the features, the hinges on it are going to break, like shit like that's going to happen first. It's not like it's necessarily an unsafe helmet. It's just not worth the money. I mean, you could spend like slightly more money and get an HJC that's so much better. Why would you buy the build?
HJC is incredibly well priced. I mean, my helmet was
value.
$126, 127. Yeah, great value. What's with the condenser mic? That's pretty awesome.
Who?
Look at that.
Oh.
Motocron.
Yeah.
Rocking the condenser. Is that like a USB condenser? We're going to drill down deep into this
Yes, it
top, folks. Hang in there. Is that a Blue Yeti?
Yes, it is.
Damn, I'm good. It's like, name that tune for Mike.
I have a Blue Yeti.
Name
Yes, it is.
that Pokemon.
Name that tune.
At it again with the condenser.
Dude, it's like Pro Audio name that gear. I love it. See, are you taking off Markins?
Backroads got one too.
I think
wanna
Mercury's
get it.
out for a bit.
I even like how he did the inverted mount. What kind of stand you got there, Kron?
One
Yeah.
that works.
Amazon. I can't remember which one it is. It's.
The N one that starts with N.
The bendy
Whoops.
one.
It works.
That's sweet, man. You look like a regular Howard Stern with that thing in the shot. That's cool.
Jewish.
All you need is some tits and you're good to go.
Yeah, you need to just rob him in the
cable
background.
guy.
You don't have to have those yourself. You can find them for free on the internet.
What, tits?
Yeah.
I get tits in my inbox every day. And to think I searched for porn at one time. I'm always suspicious when these hotties, like with no mutual friends, friend me on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Sandra. Oh, here's a new shot.
Yeah, so you're talking about the same one I saw. She friended you and me and a handful of other motovloggers. Let me find her. This is hilarious.
Yeah, what's her name?
Noelle Donovan. So here's the thing. I started looking into this. What it is, for me at least, is that there's a lot of these people that are got these like fake dating profiles, and they're someone who's just trying to create spam. But for me, because I have a Grom, I'm in all these Grom communities, and someone from Thailand is always the source for them. And it gets linked in from there, and then it gets linked to a bunch of other people. But they'll post like a week or two of normal activity of them going to the gym and them posting a selfie, but it's like totally fake pictures of a model or something, or other random people from Pinterest or Instagram.
Yeah.
And then after about a week and a half to 2 weeks, they start posting, and I could show you what I'm looking at, but they start posting this crap like these, semi-sexual pictures themselves, and they're like, oh, text me, and they put a phone number. If anybody had half a brain, they'd just scroll through the person's profile and see that over a 3-day span, they posted 5 pictures with 5 different phone numbers from different area codes. Like, clearly it's not a real person.
Oh, I just thought she was a traveling model, because,
But here's the thing, for me, I totally like friending them. Because they'll ask me to be a friend, I'll say, sure, with everyone. But then I'll go through their profile, and I'm like, this person's going to be showing me a Ray-Ban ad in 2 weeks,
Yes.
And, but I like looking at the pictures for the first week or so when they're just trying to pretend to be a real person. And then after that, they turn into the creep that posts the Ray-Ban ads, and then I have to unfriend them. But until then, it's just like, it's like one of those things. It's like a bonus,
Let me tell you, if I ever need Ray-Bans, though, I know where I'm going.
Thailand.
I'm going to find one of those spammers and reward his vigilance.
I mean, I could go to any Honda Grom group on Facebook, and I only have to scroll down like a couple pages, and I'll find a Ray-Ban ad. Terrible.
This guy Spacepod bought a Ray-Ban from me. Paid off. Hard work paid off. You too can sell Ray-Ban. Ray-Ban to everybody. Friend Spacepod, he buy Ray-Ban from you.
I've owned quality sunglasses and I've owned cheap sunglasses, and the thing I've realized is I damage them just as fast no matter how much I pay for them, so I just don't buy good sunglasses anymore.
You lose them just as fast.
I still have the $6 special from a gas station in the middle of nowhere in Poland, North Carolina.
But when you're wearing them for that week that you own them, it's fantastic.
It is. Actually, that's funny. The ones that I tend to keep the longest are the cheap ones, and I don't know why.
It's because you don't try to baby them, so you always have them?
Probably, yeah.
That's
it. Another voice?
There is another voice.
That's unbelievable.
Is there anyone here who does not have a Blue Yeti? That seems to be the shorter list.
I don't.
I don't.
Some Yeti's like, I don't have one. Bad joke.
It's like, yeah, I think I'm just using like a Logitech headset or something like that.
Well, you can see what I'm using, and it is a Logitech headset. I don't know what model it is, but...
It sounds good. You don't sound overly distorted on the what's it called, the mic.
Yeah, let me see what
a lot of people swallow those things.
Microphone.
It sounds terrible on Ventrilo or TeamSpeak. Scott. Right, so I want to get one of those. I figure I'll have better dynamic range.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I've got quality microphones for other purposes, but the thing is, this is convenient enough to put on my head for doing these things, and I figure you don't need to really hear what I sound like.
Well, that mic sounds.
Well, that's
good.
That's a cop out, man. You got to be able to spend money.
No, here's the thing. I'm not going to spend money on a better headset for Hangouts. I mean, I will gladly spend money on my GoPro and my setup backpack for or anything that make my vlogs sound better, because that is content that I'm trying to produce for others. But this is just me talking with people.
Yeah,
this is just you having fun like everybody else in here.
Bingo.
Yeah, but
and I'm a cheap whore, so
Yeah, but the Blue Yeti works good for voiceovers too, videos. So.
I don't do voiceovers. I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
That's how real.
Sounds like a lot of effort trying to actually plan a vlog and have to do something other than just clipping the beginning and end. I mean, what are you talking about? That's crazy.
Ooh, Corona, death, ick.
Corona.
You realize how difficult it was to vlog when Polaroid was your only camera option? Quite difficult.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, it's like a slideshow. Someone's complaining about a slideshow. I'm like, get better ping.
I really like
My
when someone...
projectors are hard to carry, so...
Sorry?
I like when someone comes across one of my videos from like 5 or 6 years ago, and then they post a comment, And it pops up on my notifications, and it's someone being like, "Damn, this was like potato quality." I'm like, "Well, actually, it was good quality at the time. Fuck you."
480, man.
At least
Every
it's not
time
like
I-
the 1920 cameras where you have to crank it yourself.
Every time I watch a retro video, it never fails. I'm looking for the HD setting.
I know.
It's 1974, stupid. What do you expect?
This was HD.
You were
Hey,
lucky. Yeah, you were
hey,
lucky
Bill.
to have 480.
Billy, what's that video of yours when you show your camera setup back in the 80s or 90s? That one huge freaking video camera you got.
Oh, that's yeah. I would have to dig that thing up. I have no idea. It
That's
was
something
my
else.
evolution series.
Yeah, that was something else.
Yeah.
So was that the
Background, what
Go
was that?
Amateur?
The Go Amateur. Good one.
It was the Go Novice.
Someone used my joke. That's awesome. I expect royalty, sir.
You just got to remember one simple thing is, at the end of the day, if you have a boring life and you do boring things, buying a quality camera will just produce really high-quality footage of you doing boring things.
Yeah, like Screamo on DVD. It's still Screamo. That's not my joke necessarily. I adapted it from someone else. Someone was talking about like punk on CD. How you don't need the extra fidelity.
That moment when everything is trademarked, so you have to go like, what? Copyright by... That'll be annoying.
Yes, Screamo. Yeah. So speaking of which, anyone know when the GoPro 5's coming out? Or the next evolution?
By the
Nah,
time
they're going bankrupt.
somebody really buys a GoPro 4,
Yeah, exactly, right? The day after you get your GoPro 4 and your 6S, that's when the iPhone 7 will come out and the GoPro 5.
and then as soon as you buy the 6, or as soon as you buy the 7, the 7S will come out.
And of course, you just washed your car in celebration, whereupon it rains the next day.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to have 4K at 60 frames per second. Doesn't matter if that's the GoPro 4 Plus, the 5, the 50, I don't care what they call it or what it is. As soon as I have 60 frames per second at 4K footage, that's when I'm buying one.
Someone at GoPro's like, bam, let's do it. No, that'll happen.
I know,
Well,
I think
it's
it'll be
just
the
like
next
your lens
one.
cap idea, Dan.
Sorry, lens cap?
Yeah, it's just like your lens cap thing that you were talking about when you emailed them saying,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
you should put a lens protector on here.
Yeah.
And
I
then
gave
what
it
else?
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Cola.
Hello.
Well, they came out with this thing called the frame, but there was no
Coca-Cola
lens
and-
protection.
Yeah.
Something. What is that?
Ooh,
So,
rubbing
like-
alcohol. Don't drink it, man. I know you do.
Okay. Backroad's doing some
Uh-oh.
backroad shit here.
Moonshine.
Moonshine.
Yeah.
He's enjoying the good old days.
Is there any point to having
Buy
apple
the
flavored
world
moonshine?
of Coke.
It's like lime scented gasoline. Like, what's the point?
The purpose of having apple-flavored moonshine or any other flavor is so that you don't taste the high alcohol content.
I have
That's
to
what
taste
you
that
call
sometime.
soda.
I kind of like the high alcohol content.
Yeah, I had a drink like that once, and then I gave it to my wife.
And then it got poured down the sink, and she said, "Oh, it was perfect."
Yeah, whenever someone tries to show off and be like, "Oh, I can handle anything," just give them a shot of 151. Trust me, it makes everyone drop to their knees.
That's
Yeah.
the best right there. 151. Gasoline, baby.
And I got a bottle of Everclear in my freezer.
I don't care how tough you are. 151, Everclear, it doesn't matter. It turns everyone's throats into fire. You will succumb.
Yeah, I'm a
If I could
lightweight
show
when
you
it
a
comes to
picture of
drinking.
my liver, I would. But I can't.
I choke on Appletinis, man. That's about as hard as I go. You give me a freaking lemon drop, and I'm like, what the hell's in this stuff? I mean, I get a Shirley Temp when I'm on my knees. What the frick? Trying to kill a man.
The grenadine?
You give me a Fanta, and you give me an orange Fanta now. That's about as hard as I go. Oh, man. Yeah, not a drinker. On the other hand, I can get drunk very quickly. On said Appletini.
I remember those days.
What's that?
You're making me feel bad, dude. I'd like at least a 12-pack a night It's at least 12. That's like.
Oh yeah, no.
Easy.
But I mean, just you know, be glad. Maybe you wish you had my what is it? Maybe you wish you were fresh to alcohol again. You could drink a Corona and feel butts. What do you drink there, Backroad?